I am so glad to be here, and you guys are making me nervous over here. So
all those Italians at the
I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me. This has really been an honor to be here. You hear about New York being the abortion capital of the world, and just 2 months ago I was going, great, that's good, let's keep them going. And now I'm on the other side, and so this is really a great experience for me. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. Probably a lot of you have heard it. I've been on the news a couple times and only done a few radio shows. So probably a lot of you have heard it, but I'll just kind of tell you a little bit and probably a couple things that you haven't heard. I started volunteering with Planned Parenthood about 8 years ago. I was a clinic escort. I was working, I was a student at Texas A&M University. And I did that for a couple years and then became their on-campus intern at Texas A&M. And so my job was to recruit students to come to Planned Parenthood and use their services. And so I did that for a year, and then I started, about 5 years ago, started actually making money at Planned Parenthood. It wasn't a bad job. I graduated from A&M, got my bachelor's degree, then went on to get my master's degree. Worked there while I was getting my master's. Had a baby. I have a 3-year-old little girl. And so things were looking pretty good for me. I was one of the chief people on the council for the National Abortion Federation. Met all of the important people at Planned Parenthood. Very good friends with Cecile Richards, who's the president of Planned Parenthood. Sarah Weddington, I was telling Chris, Sarah Weddington, she was the lawyer for Roe v. Wade. Little case y'all may have heard of. She's like my grandma. I mean, we talked on the phone, very, very close to her. Haven't heard from her since all this. But, I mean, so these were people that were very close to me in my personal life. And I was on my way up. I was chosen to be the next CEO of my affiliate. I thought that this was where I was going to retire. I thought that this was where I was going to be for the rest of my life, my working life. And I thought that abortion was going to be a part of my life every day for the rest of my life. And I thought that it was an important part of my life, something that I should be defending every day. And so I became health center director and loved my job. I got into Planned Parenthood because I really wanted to help these women. That's why I started doing it. I wanted to help women. I wanted to help the women's movement. Wanted to help these women make choices for themselves. I wanted to help these women advance in their life. I thought that's what I was doing. And so things seemed to be pretty good for me. And I guess, a few months back, I started noticing a change in Planned Parenthood's business model. Now, whenever you hear about Planned Parenthood, or any facility that does abortions and they provide family planning services, contraceptive services, what do they always say? What is their main goal? Prevention, right? We want to prevent abortions. That's our goal. Only less than 10% of our services are abortion. So clearly, we're about prevention of unintended pregnancy. And I really believe that. And that's why I got into it. I wanted to prevent unintended pregnancies. I didn't want women to be in that type of situation. And I had heard Planned Parenthood preach it over and over and over again. I was their media gal. And I had said it hundreds of times on radio shows and on TV, and that's what I really believed. And then the economy went really, really south. And every meeting that we went to, I noticed that, you know when something is negative, like your money is negative, there's a parentheses around it? Well, that number in the parentheses kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And all of a sudden, we were like at $660,000 in the hole on our family planning side. So the side that we're supposed to be pushing, right? And not yet. Not yet. And I noticed that every month that kept getting bigger. But they would say, but never fear, we have our abortions keeping us afloat.
Oh, dear.
Because our abortions are over $1.6 million. $1.6 million. Their abortions were over budget. There are 12 health centers in the affiliate that I worked in. Only 2 out of the 12 provided abortion services. 2 out of 12 health centers had brought them $1.6 million over budget in abortion services. Planned Parenthood provides abortion services only for the money. They don't care about those women. They don't care about reducing the number of repeat abortions. They want women to have repeat abortions. They don't want women to take those birth control pills correctly. They don't want women to come in and get that depot shot when they're supposed to. That's not what they want. They want women to come in, they want that contraception to fail, and they want that $500 cash in their pocket. Let me tell you a little bit about the way the money works with abortions. And this will kind of prove to you how much money Planned Parenthood makes. So with an early first trimester abortion, doctors only make about $75. So if a center is charging about $500, the doctor is only making about $75, and the antibiotics they use are about $1 a bottle. And other medications maybe cost about $5. So they're making about, let's say, a little over $400 in profit on every single abortion that they provide. Hence the $1.6 million. So at these meetings, they would say, Abby, we really got to strategize and figure out how to get more abortions in the door. How can we get more women to have abortions? So, my particular facility that I worked at, we only did abortions every other Saturday, surgical abortions every other Saturday. And they said, you know what, that's not enough. We need to be doing the medication abortions almost every day. Because that's easy. It doesn't require a doctor to be in-house. So they don't even have to pay a doctor.